Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm so happy you found me, and I'm so happy that I found you. Today I am speaking on mental health, mental disease, mental illness, right? All things related to how you perform as a person in daily life. Um, there is a broad definition of probably what mental illness is, and it's anything that you do during your day that interferes with you in the natural functioning of your life and hurts and harms or makes it not exactly what you want it to be. So it can stressful, anxiety filled, paranoia. So normal is when something bothers you enough to disturb your natural daily activities, your career, relationships, parenting skills, and so forth. But one thing I do want to say, and I felt this myself, and I was like, okay, truth be told, they say I was bipolar before bipolar was cool, right? So there's people that was like, I've been dealing with being bipolar for years and years and years, and nothing was said about it. There was no encouragement, there was no support. You was out there on your own. Now it seems like it's fashionable to say I'm bipolar. You have a lot of celebrities coming out and saying that they have mental health issues, and bipolar is one. Kanye West, Selena Gomez, depression, anxieties. It just goes on and on. The list of celebrities that come out and say, yes, I'm dealing with mental health issues. And I don't understand why people think it is not possible that a large uh, swath of our population has mental health issues. I was telling my children back in the day before electricity, phones, and all of that stuff, people's nervous system was not affected by stimuli like it is now. They got up, ate their breakfast, got milk from the cows, eggs from the chicken, ate what they had, and it was enough. Went to work, which was sharecropping, probably running a little general store, doing um, washings and domestic jobs inside of others' homes. None of this induced stress. None of this was like now, falling behind. I have to catch up. Someone else is going to get my job that's younger, smarter, brighter. It's constantly being bombarded by data, stimuli. So, and they went to bed when the sun went down, pretty much, and they got up when the sun rose. So you see the different amount of sleep. These people were getting a good bit of rest and sleep time in a day. Now people are up having insomnia. It's 4 o'clock. Work started 7. Hoping to get an hour sleep, not even getting that hour sleep. So absolutely, sleep deprivation is very hard on the body, and because it's a time where it's used to repair, download, rest, uh, be in sleep mode where it's just not really doing anything that's requiring a lot of information or activities. And we don't have that time of soothing, decompressing, taking a breath, relaxing. We're in a computer age where people are clicking for hours because it's just so much information. It's great. I mean, artists that are doing things online, uh, entrepreneurs that are doing things, anime, manga. It's just so much stimulus, and every year you're getting a younger group who's coming out with better computer skills, um, better interaction on the computer. Everything is taken from the human stance, and we always have to meet. You see, science, they say turn over every 10 years. I believe it's turning over every 5 years. A new pill, a new process, a new way of this, a new way of that. The body is constantly being overstimulated. Uh, stressed, pushed. I mean, kids in school are learning so much, sitting there 8 hours trying to absorb and absorb and absorb when child mind isn't even capable of that. It's learning still almost how to handle its own body functions and activities, and the growth spurts require so much rest and nourishment. And here you are making a child just focus so hard on subjects when their body is not even into that. It hasn't learned nature skills of survival and play and hierarchy and role placement. And yet we want them to learn stuff, and right now they even don't have the brain to comprehend. This is useful. They don't have the mature brain to say, oh, this is going to be good. No foresight. It's just today and now. So I'm saying with all this chemical for being anxiety, to push yourself, to work harder, to work longer, to work smarter, to brainstorm and come up with the new outside the box, don't need sleep. My co-workers putting in 10 hours, I need to put in 12 so I can stay competitive and not be replaced by the next person. We are in a constant, steady state of adrenaline pumping and other hormones. And those hormones do affect the brain. Serotonin can't be released, and it's hard to unwind to do things. And I'm saying all this to get to my topic, which is the high functioning person with mental illness. And high functioning means that people look at you and see that you get your stuff together, you dress nice, got a nice family, got a nice home, got a nice job. Everything is what someone else would like. You're able to give speeches to large audiences. You're able to come up with projects to finish them from the beginning, middle, and end. And then you want to say, I'm bipolar. And people like, nah, they just saying that for attention. That's what they want, is attention. There's nothing. But let me tell you, there are so many high-functioning people with mental illness that have a mask on. Yeah, I got to the big pink, right? Finally said something about it. Just sitting up here and y'all looking at me. Ha. But yes, most mentally ill people wear a mask every day. They may spend the entire night thinking and planning out how they're going to act and react to possible scenarios that may occur in their day. And when they have that down, they feel secure. I have 100 possibilities, and then I have 2 ways that I can react to those. So we're looking at 200 scenarios worked out in their head from beginning to end, leaving no stone unturned. And they do that, and now they're satisfied. I think I got a grasp on tomorrow. Everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be okay. And let something happen that didn't fall in within those 200 scenarios that they had. They are thrown for a loop. You can see them edgy, frustrated, and you're like, oh my gosh, she's snapping today and everything. Something happened outside of all the imaginary concepts of what tomorrow can have or not have and how to react. So people don't see that part of them at home all night, planning, trying to come up, just anxious, wound up. So yeah, you think they're high functioning when they're at work, but it's a mask. A mask saying, I don't want them to see that they must react in certain ways, and this flow must go this way, and you put energy into trying to help the day flow into what you think would be okay and how you could react okay. And so you're trying to manage people without them even knowing it. Let me manage her so I'm only in her space for 10 minutes because I have 10 minutes energy for that today. And I took some of that energy and placed it over here for this new reading I have to give today. So I have more energy allotted for here. And I took some energy from this and this. And when that gets skewed, the person gets very anxious, snappy, rude, what have you, because everything was allotted for them to function. And when it did not come off as planned, it just disturbs everything. So that wonderfully high functioning person that you see just getting the job done, getting it done, you don't see that turmoil inside of them, the prepping, the hoping, the maneuvering to get things just right so they can look like they are fine in functioning. And they are fine. They're doing it. Then they have to go home. And from being stressed from that night of planning to watching it unfold and being a guardian and a captain of the ship trying to make it happen, exhaustion, totally mental exhaustion. And some of these people got to download and just sit there and be. Some go back to the comforts of their bed and cover up to feel nested and safe. It is just another practice with inside the home when they are able to take the mask off for a minute in the safety of their home. And you'll see a lot of them don't want people in their homes. I am one. That's my safety place where I can take off every mask I have put on that day, yesterday, last week, and the mask I'm planning on put tomorrow. And I cannot let you see me maskless. I cannot let you see me functioning without my mask. So when you do drop by and you do visit, it is totally, totally disruptive to my system, to my emotions, to my mental stability. People don't know that. What to say? You're a high-functioning person. But if it's a planned visit where you can spend all night sitting up trying to figure out how things go and you maneuver that way, people are like, oh, she's such a good hostess. And they won't invite nobody else over for 2 and 3 weeks. It took so much to get done what they had within their controls to feel safe. So high functioning people, and it's another thing that high functioning people do. I have heard them say when it comes down to something they want, they have all the energy in the world to do it. But when it's something to do for somebody else, then they're depressed. Then they feeling anxious and then seem like it's selective. No. That thing that you see and they want, they're giggling through and they're having a great time is still a mask. It took preparation, even for things that a bipolar person enjoys. It still takes preparation to enjoy, and you're like, I have to snag this day, this particular day. I'm thinking I might can do it on this day. If it just sprung up and they're doing it, it's just as worth. I have to make it through this. And it's a lot of energy expanded, no matter what you say. Every time it's about what is for her, believe it or not, a lot of energy is expended for depressed people, social anxiety, people with social anxiety disorder. Energy is allotted. Giddy up to be able to do stuff is allotted. No one sees within the doors of when you let loose and become that pile of jello, just jello with no structure. And you're trying now to say, okay, I blew myself up using all of this energy for this stressful situation or this anxiety-ridden situation, and all of that energy to be able to even fake gets drained off out of you, and now you're in your home, your special place, trying to gather that back and give it back bones for structure to go to the next thing. So you just see people with mental illness giving out designated energy. It's been divided into percentages for the day. What can I do? And it has to follow those patterns. So they are stressed all the time, no matter if they're smiling, no matter if they're cracking jokes. All of that was prepared for. All of that was prepared for and put in its slot and place of functioning. That's a high-functioning person. They are able to wear the mask very well. That's what high-functioning is. I'm able to wear my mask very well. And look at me. I'm cute with my mask on. I am very cute. I am very happy. I'm having this wonderful talk with you. But you don't know those places I go to build myself up enough. You don't know when I expend so much energy on 5 or 6 videos, how long it takes me to recoup, to get back to a place again where I'm able to and not just exhausted and have to lay down physically for 2 days, just getting my mental stability back because I exercised it so much and drained it, And we don't take in anything from it's all solely us. We don't absorb things from people because we're not telling people we have mental illness or mental health problems or mental disease. So there's no one to help support or prop you up because you're keeping the secrets you hide behind masks. Nobody even knows to pour into you more positivity, support, and help. So I really don't like when people say, um, look at them, they're high functioning, is that they don't look like nothing's wrong, and I don't believe them because I don't see it, and I just think they're seeking attention, everything. I'm just saying, if someone tells you that they are suffering from a mental illness, just believe them. You don't have to fit the puzzle pieces together for them. Just knowing that this person does, and is having different situations that are actual chemical within their brain, and they may not even be able to express it to you, or they really hide and make sure you never see it. The depression on them because it's ugly. When you get up and look in a mirror and you're depressed, you almost unrecognizable. You see the sparkle in your eye is gone. Your smile looks so tired and done. Look like your cheeks have never lifted up in a smile, and your forehead is so stern looking. I'm sure so many people with mental illness, when they look in the mirror during difficult times, if they can, it is so hard because they seeing, oh, I have a lot to mask. I have to mask these eyes that are not bright and sparkling. My tone of voice that done went down a bit. As you'll hear people, I have done it overshot and sound like a bird trying to say how. Overshooting, trying to take my depressed voice and trying to make it sound normal. So high functioning isn't a compliment, even though there are tons of people that are high functioning and they're so happy they are. But it's a double-edged sword. Because they're high functioning, they're not treated by others as a person that have difficulties that they need to weigh and manage and maneuver to be okay and self-help. People look at them like a fake. You're faking. And some people fall into that. Even further depression. No one believes me. They call me lazy. They think I'm unclean and unfit. I'm not competent. I can't do anything. And it's hammering so much more. But I just wanted to take some time to tell you about masks of the high functioning person with a mental disorder. That high functioning person puts a lot of thought and effort into maintaining an outward appearance of 100%, but really they are having struggles that they never tell. Maybe a tell every so often, but even people that have struggles, it's like I was telling them last month how I feel. Now I'm telling them this month how I feel. They feel like they are burdening people down. I've used up my ratio of being able to tell someone today I'm depressed. It's like I only had 10 times, and it's been a year and I used my 10 times. Now I can't say anything about it because people are tired and I'm bothering them. So it's always another side. What Dr. Phil say, no matter how flat you make a pancake, it still has two sides, right? So the same thing with a high functioning person with a mental disorder. There's so much more going on beneath the surface, and you should always know and expect that. And don't be so quick to say, oh my goodness, they're just faking. They're getting on the bipolar wave. And that's what I was like. There are people that's been bipolar before it was cool. And now people are coming out, and it is a lot of people with mental health disorders. And it's always hard for people to believe. You look nice, you have a job, you have a family, there can't be anything wrong with you. And then if it is, it's because you're ungrateful. And I don't think that's the case. And I just wanted to say that about high functioning people with mental disorders. They need a break, people. They don't need the criticism that they selfish, seem like they can do what they want to do when they want to. It's very difficult to be consistent when your moods and your mental health is not consistent. It's up and down, sideways, and you don't even know when them days are coming. So it's difficult to manage. All right, as I always say, if you like what you see, subscribe, uh, click thumbs up, comment, share, all of that good stuff. Feedback is so wonderful. Let people know that they can go through my page, my channel, and find other posts on mentally speaking. And mentally speaking, today we talked about um, those that are high functioning people with mental health disorders. Okay, so let's continue to support one another, find ways to cope. It's very difficult for family members to have relationships with people that have mental disorders, but it can be done. So thank you so much for stopping by. I will be having more little masks on, which I love when I do mentally speaking. And of course, always my true. Yeah, always going to have that. All right. Take care. Bye bye.